Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for March. I hope everybody is doing great. I want to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for every Gemini out there, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Bear in mind that the energies can reverse, so if it is resonating, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Gemini? Gemini. Gemini. All right, Gemini, you're starting out with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Wands. All right, so I do feel like, you know, there's some stuck energy here. Now, this could be financial. There could be something that's kind of blocked your money or it's slowed your money down, and that's fixing to kind of loosen up. It's going to, that stuck energy's getting ready to budge if it hasn't already, if that's financial. So I do see, though, that there's some stuck energy. I feel like whatever this is, there is communication possibly coming forward, and it could lead to a passionate new beginning, or at least that's what you're hoping for. Now, this could be you communicating as well. So something that hasn't been moving forward is getting ready to shift. So let me see who's in your energy, Gemini. Yeah, for a lot of you, it could be you reaching out to somebody, hoping to have, start something new, or, you know, it could be a new person. It could be you reaching out to someone from the past. But for a lot of you, it's you reaching out. So, all right, so the person in your energy has the Empress in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. We have the Six of Swords reverse, and we have Temperance, sign of Sagittarius. So I feel like the person that's in your energy, they're not currently like giving to this connection. They could even be in a little bit of a poverty mindset. They could be having some difficulty financially, or they could just be in a poverty mindset. This is somebody that really needs to kind of look at their own value, their own self-esteem. They could be kind of a little bit down on themselves right now, and they're maybe trying to heal and balance out that energy. So I do feel like with the Six of Swords in the reverse, there's some stuck energy here for them as well. So you both are showing me that there's some stuck energy. There's some sort of chaos that's going on in this person's life. And whatever that chaos is what's causing that poverty mindset, or it's causing them to doubt themselves. And this is what they need to balance out and heal on an emotional level. So let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this is likely somebody that you know from before, because this is a return. One of you walked away from this connection, and now somebody is returning. And I feel like it might be you, Gemini, but, you know, like I said, get in where you fit in. So this is a return after having walked away. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, that's an ending. That's an ending. Now, is it possible that you're feeling stuck in a connection, or perhaps they are, and that has to end for some of you out there? That has to end in order for this connection to move together. That is possible. But what's affecting this connection is an ending, possibly of a marriage or a long-term connection. So let me see the outcome. The Devil in reverse. Yeah, that's so free. Somebody here is freeing themselves from a situation that they felt bound in, but it was a toxic situation. And it literally could be either of you. Now, if it's somebody that you're coming back together with from the past, this would indicate to me that this person wants to heal the connection. You have very passionate thoughts towards this person, but neither of you want to engage in something that is toxic. You know, neither of you do. And it also would indicate that in the time, if this is somebody from your past, that you've both been working on yourself. Now, if this is somebody else, there's a marriage, an ending of a marriage here that is affecting this connection. And it could be making it difficult to walk away from whatever that is. That would likely be on the other person's side because there's chaos in their life. So regardless, neither of you want to be trapped in something toxic. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and that indicates that, you know, there's some things that are not being said. It could also indicate there might be some things that you don't know, and these, it tells me as well that somebody here is resisting change out of fear. It's fear of the unknown. So someone is resisting change in this connection as well. You could be dealing with a Capricorn for some of you. All right, so let's clarify your reading, Gemini. Spirit wants the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups reversed. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. Ouch. Okay, so you're very guarded with this person. I don't know if you cut this person out and they walked away, but this is an angry energy. The Queen of Swords in the reverse, it's an angry energy. But it's almost like you feel like you have no choice but to cut someone out because it wasn't moving forward, at least not in a positive manner. There could have been toxicity, but it does look like you're revisiting this. So let me see why the Page of Pentacles is here. At some point, this wasn't moving forward and you felt like the only option that you had would be to cut this person out. So we have the Nine of Swords. We have the King of Cups. It doesn't mean you don't love them. Yeah, I can see that you do. There's feelings here. There's emotions. You love this person. You have deep feelings for this person. But you're very worried about whether or not something here is going to end, some sort of relationship. There's a lot of anxiety in your energy. You think about this person a lot at night in particular. I do feel like you consider reaching out to them. You'd like to text them. You'd like to talk to them. But you're wondering, you know, do they even have anything to offer you? Because I don't feel like you cut this person out because you wanted to. It's like you felt like you didn't have any choice but to do so. Why is this Ace of Wands here? Why is the Ace of Wands here? There's that Page of Pentacles again. And the Page of Wands. Yeah, you're going back and forth about whether or not to contact this person. You want to reach out. You want to say, you know, like send a text, or should you reach out to them in some other way? Because ultimately what you want is to have a new beginning with them, but you're back and forth as far as reaching out. There's so much anxiety about that. I feel like you really want to talk to this person, but I feel like, you know, you go back and forth in your head about reaching out to them. So it's definitely not that you wanted to cut them out. It's that you felt you had no choice. So let me look at their energy. Why is the Empress in reverse for the person in Gemini's energy? King of Swords and the Emperor. Wow. Okay. So this person feels like you are a soulmate to them. They feel like the two of you were highly compatible, but then you made decisions that they felt put the two of you on a different page, basically. And that decision had to do with you cutting them out. This is, for some of you, you could work with this person, or they could be maybe in their job, they're a high-level manager. They could be a judge or an attorney even. This is somebody that is used to making decisions and people do what they tell them. I do feel like this is somebody who is generally very fair and very direct, but this situation between the two of you, I feel like may have taken them out of their character a little bit. I do feel like for some of you, this person is the one who is involved in another connection. And I also feel like they're just highly focused on you. Like, they feel that the two of you are soulmates. They feel like the two of you should be together. So let me look at the Six of Swords reversed. There's some sort of chaos that's going on in this person's life. Oh, it looks like you're the one, the relationship caused chaos. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they want to be with you, Gemini. This person wants to move towards you, but they feel stuck. They feel like they can't. So they are feeling very rejected and very abandoned because you kind of cut them out. They're definitely in love with you. But I also feel like there could be some financial ramifications of them ending something elsewhere for some of them. They could be concerned about finances or money. This person may have already consulted an attorney if they are married, but they definitely want to be with you. And they feel rejected by you currently. Wherever they're at or whoever they're with, their life is chaos right now. It is definitely chaos. And I don't feel like they're happy where they're at all. But they feel like they can't move forward. It's either due to finances or, you know, or some other issue. Let me see Temperance. Show me Temperance. You could be dealing with another Gemini, a Libra, Aquarius, or an Aries. Hold on. Now, there's that Page of Swords in the upright. Now, your underlying energy, it's in the reverse. So we have the Sun in the reverse. So look, this person wants to reach out to you as well. They're curious about you. They've kind of been checking up on you, seeing what you're up to, because they're curious about what's going on with you. Leo energy is here. I do feel like they're very unhappy right now, and they want to heal this connection. They may actually wind up reaching out to you, but they just don't know how you're going to react. You go back and forth, they go back and forth. Let's see the energy between the two of you. Show me the Eight of Cups reversed for the person in Gemini. For this person in Gemini. All right, yeah, there's the Silence, Four of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. There could have been a physical connection that started between the two of you. And this person may not have been in a situation where they were free to do that. They definitely have some very passionate thoughts about you. I see the Ace of Wands in both of your energy. So you both are very passionate towards one another, but I can see where you, like I said, you felt like you didn't have any other choice but to cut this person out, and then you've maintained silence. You may be hoping this person comes towards you, but comes towards you with an offer. Let me see. Why is the Four of Wands in reverse? Three of Coins reversed. And the Ace of Pentacles. This person's worried about finances and money. They love you. They love you, but there's something here that they're concerned about. It does look like this person is in an established foundation. And you're wondering, is this person ever going to reach out? Are they ever going to end that you know, connection? Are they ever going to be available? It's not a matter of if you love them. You do. And they love you. But there's definitely what's affecting the connection is this Four of Wands in the reverse. Now, is this person going to actually do that? There is some indication that they might do that, but at least they're considering it. Let me put it that way. Because see, as they're considering it, they're in a chaotic situation. It's very chaotic. They're not happy where they're at. And I do feel like they are considering an ending here, but they're worried about how it's going to affect their financial or their stability. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. All right, so here's your Eight of Swords in the reverse. There's the Four of Wands reverse. That's what's affecting the connection. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups reverse. Yeah, so this person's indecisive is what it amounts to. I do feel like they're going to end something elsewhere, but I also feel like they kind of go back and forth. They're trying to figure out if they should do that, what they need to do. I feel like they know that they have to end something elsewhere in order to be with you. And they're very unhappy without you. They want to bring this back together. See, this person feels like the two of you have a chemistry that is rarely seen. And they are not happy being apart from you. They're definitely not happy being apart from you. So they're trying to make this decision. And I do feel like ultimately they're going to make that decision. It's going to cost them a little bit financially. They're going to have to kind of rob Peter to pay Paul a little bit with that. But I do also see that they're freeing themselves from something that is toxic and they're not happy in. But it will cost them. Now, in your energy, I feel like you're freeing yourself from all this anxiety that you've experienced about what, whether this person's ever going to offer you anything. Are they ever going to contact you? Do they really have the feelings and emotions for you? You're freeing yourself from that. You're freeing yourself from this non-communication. And it's coming about because of this person's decision to end another connection elsewhere. And I am seeing that, they are going to reach out. It's just, I don't know that they're going to do it by the end of the week. They want to, but they don't quite know exactly how you're going to act, because I feel like you ended this, you walked away and you went very silent. So this person is missing you though. They are loving you from a distance. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Eight of Coins. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate that, there's going to be effort put into resolving this situation. So I do feel like ultimately this person is coming towards you. I just don't know that it's going to be this week, but I do feel like ultimately they are. All right, I'm going to pull you an oracle card. Wow, okay, that blew. All right, so your card says, accept love. All right, so give me just a second and I will read that for you. I don't use this deck a whole lot, so give me just a second to find it. Usually the cards are numbered and this one is not, so here we go. For many of us, it's easy to give love to others. It may be a little more difficult to accept love in return. Accepting love means believing that you're worthy of the gift, and not all of us really believe that we are. Accepting love can also feel risky. After all, if you open yourself to love, it can then be taken away, leaving yourself feeling vulnerable and hurt. Passion, like fire, can burn us, but it's still worth it. Only in both the giving and receiving of love can we form balanced relationships, whether between friends, family, or romantic partners. You don't have to let people in if their affection seems false or comes with a price. But if those around you offer love freely and genuinely, try to accept it with an open heart. And I assure you, you do deserve it. This card may be a not so subtle hint that you need to work on accepting love from others. Have you been feeling unworthy or shutting yourself off from those who want to share genuine affection? Are you more comfortable giving than receiving, or perhaps not doing either? Keep in mind that you can't accept love without giving any promises for the future, if that love is given freely and without strings. If this is something you struggle with, try saying this affirmation: I am a child of the Lord, and I am worthy of being loved. Alternatively, this card could be an indication that someone close to you, a friend, a family member, or even a pet, is struggling to learn how to let love in. If that's the case, don't give up on them. All right. I hope this has been helpful, Gemini. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you can. And until I see you in your next reading, Gemini, know that you are loved, and namaste.